Greetings, friends. Welcome back to Walking in His Word. I'm your host, Jason Gohl, and I'm so grateful you've joined me as we dive into the depths of Scripture, discovering His timeless wisdom and applying His teaching to our daily lives. Over the next week, we'll embark on a special journey leading up to Christmas Day. Before we begin today's episode, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen and share the joy with family and friends. You can also join our online community at walkinginhisword.com. So sit back and relax as we dive into the special meaning of Christmas, and let's keep walking in His Word together. Today, on this blessed Christmas Day, we gather to celebrate the most extraordinary gift ever bestowed upon humanity, the gift of God's presence. In the quiet of a Bethlehem manger, a prophecy whispered for centuries found its fulfillment. God, in His infinite love, chose to dwell among us, not in a distant, ethereal realm, but within the very fabric of our human existence. Today, we dive into the core of the Christmas message, exploring the profound meaning of Emmanuel, which translates God with us. Let's look at Matthew 1:23, which proclaims, "Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel," which means God with us. This simple statement carries immense weight. It signifies the breaking down of barriers, the dissolving of the distance between divine and human. God, the creator of all that exists, chose to experience life in its entirety, to share in our joys, our sorrows, our triumphs, and also in our failures. So let's begin by unwrapping the true meaning of Emmanuel, a word that transcends just the literal translation of God with us. First, we'll look at the historical context. Centuries before Jesus' birth, the prophet Isaiah spoke of the coming Messiah, a divine figure who would walk with men and bridge the gap between heaven and earth. This promise resonated deeply with people yearning for hope and deliverance. And when Jesus arrived, fulfilling this prophecy, the name Emmanuel embodied the culmination of God's long-awaited presence among His people. Isaiah 7:14 says, "Therefore, the Lord Himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel." This verse from Isaiah is being quoted here in Matthew 1:23. Centuries before Jesus' birth, Isaiah spoke with the same exact words and clearly prophesied the coming of a Messiah, a child born of a virgin and named Emmanuel, which means God with us. This prophecy set the stage for the significance of Jesus' arrival and the fulfillment of God's promise to dwell among His people. Micah 5:2 says, "But you, O Bethlehem Ephratah, who are little to be among the clans of Judah, from you shall come forth for me one who is to be ruler in Israel, whose goings forth are from of old, and from the days of eternity." This verse from Micah further emphasized the historical context of Emmanuel by predicting the Messiah's birthplace, Bethlehem. It connects Jesus' arrival to a lineage of past kings and prophets and anchors Him within the history of Israel and solidifies His role as the long-awaited deliverer. These verses provide a foundation for understanding the significance of Emmanuel and Jesus' role in fulfilling the prophecies of the Old Testament. They demonstrate that the concept of God dwelling with His people was not a new idea, but rather the culmination of a long-standing promise and deeply held hope among the people. Theologians have explored not just the historical context, but the theological implications of Emmanuel for centuries, and some emphasize the mystery of the incarnation, the union of God and man in the person of Jesus. Others highlight the transformative power of God's dwelling among us, bringing about a new creation and renewed relationship between humanity and the divine. Beyond theological interpretations, though, the word Emmanuel speaks to our individual hearts. What does it mean to you that God is with you? How does this belief impact your daily life? Do you experience God's presence in moments of joy, peace, and wonder? Do you find Him even in dark times of darkness or struggle and doubt? For me, Emmanuel means that I am never truly alone. No matter what challenges I face, God is always by my side, offering support, strength, and guidance. This belief has anchored me through life's storms and fueled my faith as I journey through this life. It reminds me that even in the darkest moments, His love shines brightly and illuminates the path forward. By exploring the historical context, some theological interpretations, and personal reflections associated with Emmanuel, we can gain a deeper understanding of this powerful message. It allows us to move beyond the literal translation, embrace the implications of God's presence in our daily lives. The gift of God with us isn't just a theological concept. It has real tangible implications for our everyday lives. His presence offers a multitude of blessings, impacting us in profound ways. First of all, we have unwavering comfort and reassurance. When life throws us curveballs, knowing that God is always by our side offers comfort. When facing struggles, navigating difficult decisions, or experiencing grief and loss, we can find solace in the belief that we are never truly alone. He is our constant companion, offering guidance and strength through the everyday storms. God's presence empowers us to overcome challenges and pursue our dreams. He instills within us courage to face our fears, persevere through setbacks, and rise above limitations. Knowing that God believes in us gives us confidence to tackle any obstacle and reach our full potential. His presence cultivates compassion and understanding within us. We become more sensitive to the needs of others, fostering empathy and desiring to serve and support those around us. This leads to stronger relationships, deeper connections, and a sense of community built upon shared love and respect. When we face difficult choices, God's presence provides clarity and direction. He speaks to us through scripture, prayer, and the wisdom of others, guiding our steps and illuminating the path ahead. We learn to trust His timing and discern His will for our lives, finding peace and purpose in His guidance. And even in the face of darkness and despair, God's presence offers an unfailing, unshakable, unwavering hope. He reminds us that His love endures forever and that nothing can separate us from His care. His hope sustains us during trials, motivates us through challenges, and allows us to face the future with optimism and faith. The wonderful promise from Hebrews 13, verse 5, the end of the verse, he says, I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. Romans 8:31, another encouraging verse. What then shall we say in response to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? So let's get specific about how we can share the gift of God's presence in our everyday lives. First of all, take the time for quiet prayer and introspection. Ask yourself, how is God present in my life right now? Reflecting on your personal experiences deepens your connection and provides insights you can share with others. What is my connection to God with us right now? Is He with me right now? And how is He with me right now? Another one, just practice simple acts of kindness. A kind word, a helping hand, a listening ear. These go a long way, and I've been saying these a lot throughout the episodes because they really apply to everything. A kind word, a helping hand, be a good human, show love and compassion to others. These are small gestures, but they have big impacts. They reflect the love and compassion of God and remind others that they are seen, valued, and cared for. Offer support and comfort to other people during their challenges or during their difficulties. Be present for them. Maybe it's a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on, or maybe there's practical experience or assistance that can be provided. Your support and presence can be a tangible manifestation of God's love and grace for that person as well. Another way we are mindful of God's presence, God with us, is to embrace forgiveness. Holding on to anger and resentment only hurts ourselves and others. Choose to forgive those who have wronged you, just as God forgave us. This act of release brings peace, brings healing, both within ourselves and in our relationships. We can also share our story with others. You don't need to be a professional preacher to share the impact of God in your life. Talk openly and honestly about your experiences, some of the challenges you've overcome, and the joy you've found through faith. Your authentic testimony can inspire others and plant seeds of hope. Another way is live out the golden rule. This seems obvious, but treat others with the same respect, kindness, and compassion that you desire for yourself. This principle is rooted in the teachings of Jesus, is rooted in our relationship with others, and embodies the essence of God's love and serves as a guiding light for our daily interactions. Remember, sharing the gift of God's presence doesn't require grand gestures or elaborate plans. It's about incorporating small acts of love, kindness, and compassion into your daily life, wherever you are, whoever you encounter, and whenever you do it. By doing so, you become a beacon of God's presence in the world, inspiring others to make a difference one step at a time. Matthew 5:16 says, in that same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Let your light shine, that they can see the Father in heaven through you and your good deeds. So as we celebrate this Christmas gift, let the profound truth of Emmanuel, God with us, resonate in our hearts and minds. Embrace the gift of God's presence today. May we cherish the gift of His presence, allowing it to guide our steps, shape our actions, and transform our lives. And let the light of Christ shine through us. Let it bring hope. Let it bring joy and love to the world. So Merry Christmas to you all. And may God bless you abundantly. Thank you for joining us on Walking in His Word as we celebrate the holidays together. May the lessons learned and stories shared inspire you to spread joy, peace, and love throughout this holiday season and beyond. Remember, the spirit of giving doesn't have to end with the holidays. You can connect with us online at walkinginhisword.com to share your experiences and to continue to walk in His Word with others. So until next time, may God bless you and fill your holidays with happiness and love, and keep walking in His Word.